Good morning and welcome to episode 22 of Garmin to smashing a PB at London 2025 question mark. Yeah, I made the decision before I left work today, or before leaving for work, that I'm going to run home. I got a 44-minute base run today. Yeah, maybe not the greatest of ideas I've had. Because yeah, we're still pretty snowed in, but it's only a gentle jog anyway, you know what I mean? So, and I don't want to get just stuck in the treadmill and things like that, so I'm going to attempt it anyway, and that tonight, but we'll see. But I know I just kind of jumped straight in on that, so that's the run that I've got to do today anyway. And welcome to all the new people that have no idea what I'm on about. Basically, I have a place in the London Marathon 2025 given to me by the fantastic charity Seeability. So there's a link in the descriptions and that, so please go onto my Just Giving page and donate what you can and that to them, and any number helps, so thank you very much for that. Basically, yeah, so I'm running the London Marathon for them. I ran it in 2024 for them as well. I had a great experience and really enjoyed myself. And kind of, yeah, signed up again. And that, so that's basically what's happening there. As a training plan, I'm actually following my Garmin. I have a Garmin Forerunner 965. And basically, I punched in the event onto the watch. And just kind of letting the watch kind of have this, like, yeah, telling me the workouts I need. I have punched in a very ambitious finishing time. I'm getting closer to revealing that, but I'm also miles away from being able to achieve that. But this is what all this training is for. I have run marathons in the past. My quickest at the moment is 4 hours 42. But I've also just plodded them. I don't run. This will be a new one because I really want to put the oomph in it and kind of really run it and smash it, hopefully. And this is what the training's for. So just across the road. So that's kind of what we're at. Just look at this. You know, that is supposed to be the path. And that's kind of up to my thigh, so I'm not walking on the path, so I have to walk in the road. So maybe I should probably cut this video and concentrate on being safe. But yeah, I'll let you know how it goes and if I do actually run home, because this is not looking too good. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers, bye. Hello, it's Wednesday morning. Yeah, you mean life got in the way. I didn't kind of record the conclusion of Monday night's run. That was certainly a tough one. It was tough when I was on the pavements, you mean. There is a video and we can see it now. So this is what I'm attempting to run in. You mean, they've cleared the roads, but they've shoved everything onto the pavements and made no attempt to clear the pavements. So, you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. There's some bits that's doable, and we'll keep pushing on, but it's mental. So yeah, that's what I was dealing with. When I kind of said enough was enough, I just went onto the side of the road and just ran on the side of the road. And that made the run more bearable, because it was just insane. I'm not a trail runner by any means. You know, sometimes I find it hard enough just running anyway, but I just enjoy it. So I covered 6.5 kilometers in 49 minutes. So I think the actual time was 7:39 per kilometer or something like that. Ridiculously slow, but it was never going to be a quick run in those conditions. I was just happy to get the run out. So that basically, I mean, all the details have been there at some point, as I normally do. But yeah, Tuesday I had the rest day, nice day off, and that. Spent some time with the kids. Perfect. after school and that, and then obviously get them to school this morning with all the ice and snow on the floor. You know, I mean, I'm not comfortable at driving, and you know, I mean, my road's very narrow and it's it doesn't really get cleared properly. So you know, I mean, it's just easier to catch the bus and that with the kids into school, and then I catch the bus on to work and that. So do have to get up a little bit earlier than we would normally, and it kind of has a knock-on effect with my sleep, as you can tell, or as you know, and that with the Garmin. So it's actually given me a recovery run. It's at 26 or 29 minutes recovery run, and that instead of the anaerobic interval sessions. So it's dropped me 45 minutes, about 40 minutes, I think it's dropped me, half an hour maybe, from doing sprints. It was supposed to be 4:05 pacing per kilometre, interval sessions for 40 seconds, but now it's dropped me onto a recovery run. So I'll just do that. I mean, I'll get home. I was going to go to the tunnel again and do the interval session today, but no, I mean, I'll go home and do a little recovery run on the treadmill. So that's really a little bit up to date again, and the next update will be hopefully after my little treadmill run. I'll catch you guys later. Good morning. It's what is it? Thursday morning now. I did the little treadmill run yesterday, and that 3.5 kilometers in about half an hour. Maximum heartbeat of 124, I think, or average heartbeat 124. Very low. 8:05 minutes per kilometre, so it's really kind of slow. But it's a recovery run, you know what I mean? That's just kind of what it was. Woke up this morning. Watch is kind of happy with me for a change, yeah. I mean, good sleep, a little bit restless, but it was good sleep. You know, my training readiness is over the halfway line, so I'm happy with that. So it has kind of kept me on 1 hour and 11 minutes on a base run, 140 beats per minute. So we'll kind of see what we do on that. I've got two choices. I can kind of do the route that I did on Monday, and then obviously just run in the road on the paths that aren't cleared. You know what I mean? The paths I'm walking on now is not too bad, but it's not great. Or I can go, I can catch a kind of tram to where that tunnel is, for the 3K tunnel. And I'm very lucky that there is a direct bus route from there back to where I live. So I could do that, you know what I mean? I'm undecided at the moment. You know what I mean, I'm guessing it'd be 1 hour 10. We're looking at 11 kilometers maybe, I think. That's how I'm judging this a little bit. So what I might do is that, and then I can always run that a couple of times. 3, 6, 12. I mean, maybe putting a 12k stint in. I've got a shorter base run tomorrow, and that, because I don't want to get stuck on the treadmill. You know what I mean? I'm not, as much as I can, the treadmill's great and all that lot. It's very different running out and all that lot. So that's kind of the plan, I think, at the moment. And that. So yeah, you're all up to speed, really. I'll kind of keep you posted once I've done the run. But have a great day. That's it, run done on Wednesday then. This is the tunnel. We're just coming up to the end of it. Run backwards and forwards a couple of times in a little bit. Basically 12 kilometres. I did get, before I got to the tunnel, I caught a B-Bahn from Centrum, like the city centre, to a place where I knew where I could run to find a tunnel, and then get to the tunnel and then up and down. So otherwise I would have been at the far end of the tunnel. I had to kind of, when I finishing this last one, I kind of ran down a little bit and then turned around and come back a bit. So hopefully all the GPS will be kind of done, because I'm just coming outside and look, this is still the ice on the pavement. Yeah, I was never going to get the run done in that. I'm just walking on the cycling path at the moment. They managed to clear that. So yeah, 12k. I went literally 55 seconds over the time. So I mean, just under 1 hour and 12 minutes. Averaged 145 beats per minute, I think it was. It's a little bit higher than it should have been, but that's okay. I mean, there's a few hilly bits in this tunnel, and it kind of catches you out a little bit. You don't realise it, and then so your heart rate creeps up a bit, but still, I mean, it was still in the range that it was supposed to be, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, that was that. Pace was 5:57. So basically, now for me to do is just get to the bus terminal. I think it's up this way, and I'll be catching the bus home to have the rest of my evening. Just cross over where the B-Bahn comes down to. This is the train tracks or the tram. So I guess I'm going the right way. I might just go through the shopping centre, to be honest. It'd be a bit safer, less icy in there, isn't it? But yeah, I'll catch you on the next run. I'll see you. Yeah, tomorrow we've got another run. So yeah, hopefully good night's sleep and that sticks. Only a 44-minute base run, but yeah, I mean, it'd be on the treadmill because it's Friday tomorrow. I've got my kids coming over, so I don't have a chance to get to tunnels or anything. So yeah. Alright, Friday. Yeah, we did the base run. It was half an hour, basically 140 minutes, 140 beats per minute. Sorry, nothing special. It was just kind of like a bit of a shakeout from the run on Thursday, and also what was to come on the Saturday. And that's basically 5k on the treadmill. Very simple, just over 6 minutes per kilometre. And yeah, managed to keep 140 beats per minute. I mean, I do think that the treadmill is a little bit easier to do that. But you're not going up and down hills or whatever. I kind of set it up to a slight angle up. Isn't that what we're supposed to do on treadmills? I don't know. We're supposed to replicate running outside, but I don't know. I just don't want to get flat-footed, I guess, or whatever. So yeah, the actual time was 30 minutes 42 seconds just to get me to the 5k. And that's, nothing special and that, but a nice kind of link up between the two runs on the Thursday and the Saturday. Hello there, so it's Saturday. Going to be doing a session on my treadmill. It's threshold 1 as well, so it's 3 times 7 minutes at 166 beats per minute. I'm actually wearing my Seeability London Marathon 2024 vest for this run, and I did it yesterday, and that because I'm kind of thinking that now I want to give it oomph in the marathon. I think I might just wear the vest, and that, I had like a training top underneath this as I ran in 2024, but this time I'm kind of thinking that I might just run in the vest, so I want to get used to doing that basically. Might as well keep getting, building that up as well, and that's help prevent chafing and things like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I do chafe on my nipples, so I do wear plasters, which are a bugger to pull off. But that's something that my oldest is just laughing. And that. So, yeah, I'll give you all the information on this episode, eh? But it's running. Runners know about chafing and things like that. So, we try and prevent it. I have tried Vaseline in the past, and it just kind of stains my top. So, didn't kind of work that well for me. So I just put the plasters on, just to cover that. So back to the session. It's going to be 10-minute warm-up, normal base rate, so about 140 beats per minute. I'll try and keep it a little bit low. Then it's going to be 3 times 7 minutes, 166, so that's threshold. And then with a 2-minute recovery in between, and that will get me really. I'll walk, get down to walking on the machine on that, and then back up again. I go for the next one. And then there'll be a 10-minute cool down run and that. So that's basically it. I'm looking forward to this one. I would love to have done it outside, but it's still kind of icy out there. Apparently, from tomorrow we're going to get a hell of a lot of rain. Yay! So as long as it keeps raining, it needs to be biblical to get rid of all this snow and ice. If it rains a little bit and then stops, then we're screwed because it'll just all freeze up and make it even worse. But hopefully next week I'm going to try and get some runs out on the paths and pavements out and that. I mean, it's nice to go to that tunnel, but still, it takes time to get to that tunnel and things like that. So it's nice to try and just run home from work or just don't leave home and go on the treadmill. But I'll get this run done and I'll keep you posted. I ain't gonna lie, that was a tough workout. 45 minutes altogether. I covered, 7.5 kilometers, and that the actual average pace, along with going kind of in the recovery, was 6 minutes, and basically 6 minutes per kilometer. But I'm not worried about that because I'm walking in the recoveries as well, and that because I've got to really get the heart rate back down. I think the maximum was about 178. I think, so I did overcook it a bit. But I'm just kind of concentrating and getting some good kind of lactate threshold runs done. So the first 7 minutes, I covered I covered 1.5 kilometers, and that was 4 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer. And that, so the second interval of 7 minutes again was 4 minutes and 43 kind of per kilometer, and covered 1.48 kilometers in that. And then I had the third one was 4 minutes 48 per kilometer, and that basically that was 146 or 1.46 kilometers. Sorry, that one, this run kind of really, I put the effort in on this one, I can tell you. And I'm really pleased with that. I did put on the treadmill. I was going at 14 kilometers an hour, just over that on the first one, and I kind of felt I was probably overcooking it, but the first one, all the heart rates were in the right range and that, but you're going to struggle in the second one as well. I tend to kind of overcook the first one. So I pulled it back to 13.8 kilometers speed, and that, 13.8, and then the last one was about 13.3, and that. So, obviously I'll wind it down a little bit, just trying to keep the heart rates in range, but, I was always overcooking it today. But yeah, it's, running in shoes with no plates as well. I've got my race day shoes, which are carbon plate, which obviously I very rarely use. I think I've only done about 17 kilometers altogether in them. And then I've got the Hyperion Max 2 from Brooks. They have a plastic plate, which I do my speed work in, but the treadmill runs, I don't do, I don't use a plated shoe. So it'll be interesting to get back out on the road again, doing that on an actual kind of pavement and that. But all of these times now, they're quicker than marathon pace. So I will be disclosing that marathon pace soon, and that I'm hoping to reach. It still seems a long way off, and it's still quite scary, to be honest. Will I be able to achieve it? And this is what Garmin is hopefully working me to, as we know. I punched in the finish time in that. So Garmin knows I need to reach this pace. So we'll see. Do I have enough time? And but we're following the training block, and it's good. So hopefully we'll have a long run tomorrow. But I need to kind of really rest and recover today. It's supposed to really start raining tomorrow as well. So that'll start washing off the snow and ice, hopefully. But I do think it'll be another treadmill run tomorrow because I'm not, I don't want to risk it at the moment. It's heart rate and pace that I'm looking at to try to get a steady thing that my heart rate can kind of build up on the pace and all that. So I don't want to be slipping and sliding as much as I don't have to. So yeah, fantastic workout. Really kind of pleased with that, but now it's time to recover. Sunday morning. So since the threshold run yesterday, the watch has changed it. It was supposed to be an hour and something today, but it's pulled me down to half an hour base run. So I'm going to overrule that a little bit. I want to kind of do generally what the plan was going to be. I want to get a nice longer run in today. I've said it many times. Long runs are part and parcel of what marathon training is. Just taking them relaxed and slow. So I wouldn't be going crazy or anything. But I also I need to feel that I'm boosting up my mileage as well. Especially now we're in the actual training blocks. I know, Garmin's an experiment and we don't know if it's really truly going to work. It's working well enough to keep at it. But like I said, I am following another plan just to keep on track on certain bits. And I do feel that long runs should be more and on this one than what it has been giving me. And that has also been, mentioned to me by someone else that did an experiment like this. Their long runs weren't as long as they thought they should be, and so they were actually doing their own long runs, and whilst following the Garmin plan. So sometimes it's nice to give the algorithms a kick up the bum and things like that, which I've done a few times, as we know, and that. But so far I'm on 35 or 34.65 kilometers this week. So the idea is if I do 15k now, and that's less than last Sunday, and so it'll just be about 9 miles, just over 8.5 English miles, and I think. But if I do that today, then that would take me up to a steady 50 kilometers for the week. And I've said it in many videos before as well. 50 kilometers a week was what my kind of peak period training, and that's not until the end of March, and end of March, beginning of April, before I start my taper. I was doing 50k a week. I know by the end of January I should be doing, in other plans I've done marathon training, I should be doing half marathons, and at least every week, pretty much. So I need to see that, that on my Garmin watch and things like that in my head. So I am following the program, but I need to make sure that I'm getting, what I'm satisfied with as well, and that. So we're going to override this run a little bit. Because my sleep is actually good. I've actually got good sleep. I've actually got over halfway on the training readiness, finally. And I know I could be making it bad and knocking it right back down or whatever, but I'm feeling good. I'm sleep better and things like that. So let's kind of make use of this. It's got me on an anaerobic sprint next week, tomorrow, which normally should be a base run. So it has really changed the runs around. And considering I did this threshold run yesterday, I don't feel that I need to do sprints on Monday. I take the Tuesday off, and then it's also got me on an anaerobic, which is slightly longer runs, but as in 40-second, but at a lesser pace than the sprints, but still too quick. And that. So and then I think there's even a tempo later on in the week. So I don't need all the speed work. I need the distance, and that's part of it. So I know I've got an ambitious time, and I'm guessing the watch is trying to work me to get that time down. But it also tells me that sometimes when my marathon time creeps up, because I'm not putting long enough runs in, so it can't calculate that. How I'm doing. It calculates my short runs really well, but my long runs, it can't get my pacing or I'll get my times down on that. So I need to throw in the long runs, but Garmin needs to give me the long runs, and that. So that's kind of what I'm struggling with that. But then that's why I take it off a little bit. And a lot of these are suggested. you mean there's estimations on what time you should be doing and things like that. So it is a plan that I think you can take that little bit of variability on it and shift about a bit. But as long as you get the main core done, I do believe that that's great. And I know that the tempo and the lactate are really going to help out. I know that the anaerobic they do help, but they mess my system up, and understandably so. They are very tough, crazy sessions. So the idea is to keep consistency and kind of a good trajectory upwards as I progress for the marathon, basically. So it's going to be another treadmill run. The plan now is to do 15 kilometers, and that, so it's about an hour over what I should be doing, and that. But it's Sunday long run, yeah. As a runner, we know about long run. My longest run this week would have been the 1 hour 12 minutes. So that's not long enough. Not in a marathon thing. I know it's early doors in the training block, but I've also been doing this for 22 weeks now, and that. So as much as it's always been building up the base in those 20 odd weeks, now is the time to ramp it up and all that lot. Obviously, we worry about injury and things like that, and I'm not overdoing it, and I feel good and all that. If there is any sign that I am kind of struggling with it, then we kind of drop it back. But I've done plenty of weeks with 50k a week, so this is nothing new to us now. So that's basically the plan. I'll keep you updated afterwards. So yeah, that's Sunday wrapped up now, basically. But it did just over 15 kilometers. I went for 1 hour and 40 minutes to kind of cut it dead on 1 hour 40. Pace of 6:34 per kilometer overall. Average heartbeat was 144, so that was nice. It's slightly higher than what I would kind of aim for, or if I was doing the normal run, it was supposed to be averaging 140. But to have it 144, on a long run like that, it's pretty good. I know there's no hills because I have it flat and that, but it's constant pacing and going. So you're always going to get that natural incline of heart rate increase and that. So by doing that, I did shake up the bit already. Like I said, there was supposed to be an anaerobic session tomorrow. That's now a 50-minute base run, which then leads me into a day off. So I'm quite happy with that because I don't really fancy doing an aerobic session. We still have plenty of snow outside. If I can just try and show, it's kind of just a white flash, I guess. It's a bit hard to see. But yeah, we've got plenty of snow out there still, but we are expecting an absolute deluge of rain from tonight, I think, for the next couple of days. And it is, like I said before in another video, we need biblical rain to wash all this away and it not to be icy and all that lot. So I think we might be getting it. We'll see. Anaerobic sprint intervals I can't really do on the treadmill the way that Garmin wants me to do it. I can program intervals into the machine, and there is actually program of intervals on there, but I've not actually done that yet. I'm just kind of sticking to what I need to do, and but I'd rather get anaerobic stuff done outside in sprints and that. So even if it's the case of getting to the tunnel to do that, but that adds on extra time and all of that lot. So basically, it's just easier sometimes to move the runs around. But, luckily Garmin, because I overdid the run today, Garmin has changed it already. I feel good. Training readiness is slipped just under 50%, but it's still good enough. Hopefully a good night's sleep and recovery in that. Then, like I said, a nice base run tomorrow. But that'll be on the next week's video. So just wrapping up this one. It led me to just under 50k this week. I'm not one for kind of chasing any actual distance at the moment. A lot of it is time on feet, and that which is more important. And then, especially with a lot of my runs now, let's say the recovery part of a run, like when I do my tempos, you know what I mean, that's coming into the account of the total amount of the week. So in my head, they're kind of not valuable miles as such. I mean, the walking bit to get recovered is not going to kind of really kind of, you know, I mean, make much difference and that to my training. You know what I mean? So nice to get just, you know, I mean, 50 kilometers in. But some of it is kind of, like I say, just recovery walk for a minute or two, you know what I mean? So I don't really take that into account, but as a part of the start of the marathon plan, that's a good basis now. And I know I've been doing 50k weeks before this anyway, so now it's just progressing upwards and that. So, and then, you know, like I said, I will keep an eye on the other plan to see how that's directing me on the actual long runs, where Garmin kind of falls a little bit foul every now and again. So, you mean I'm sticking to the Garmin plan, but you mean checking my approach for the long runs on another kind of app, which is Run with Hal. I've used that to get around the marathons before, but this time I'm using this Garmin to see if I can smash my PB, which I fully do believe I will. But I want to know, will I get my PB ambitious goal? That's what we're aiming for. That looks very hard to do at the moment. I'm not going to deny that. But this is where this really big training block comes in now. 16 weeks can really make a difference now to all of that. So, that's basically how we're doing. So, yeah, if you can, please like, subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends, get more people in it. Comment. I would love to see some comments and read some comments. And what guys what you lot are thinking. And that please follow me on Instagram as well if you want. I'll put up the daily bits, basically what I'm doing. And that is Neil_a_dad_that_runs. Please donate to the charity Seeability. The link is in the descriptions and of this video. And please, have a great week. And I hope you guys all stay safe. Cheers. Bye.